Today we will see an introduction to the subject machine learning. The objectives for this video are to understand designing and learning, to identify the relationship among various branches related to machine learning, and to gain the knowledge of various applications of machine learning. The contents for this video are learning, designing and learning, then various aspects of machine learning like computational cognitive sciences related to machine learning, definition, examples, why machine learning is possible and applications. Let us start with these contents. When we talk about designing, if you see DAA, Design Analysis and Algorithms, we have an algorithm A which takes the input X and gives the output Y. So A is the algorithm which calculates, which searches and generates the output Y from the input X. There are various techniques, models, methods for this A as algorithm, which could be divide and conquer, greedy algorithm, dynamic programming, backtracking and many more. In this particular designing, the Y is calculated from X and A is designed. So we call it as a one-stroke process which generates output Y from the input X using algorithm A. And the complexity for such algorithms could be measured using lower bounds, upper bounds and various methods for the computation of complexity. Now if we talk about designing and learning, we have a terminology called LAA, Learning Analysis Algorithms. Here if you see the difference from the previous diagram of A as an algorithm, we have input X, the output is Y and the Y is also working as input for the algorithm A. Here the A could do searching, learning, which is a hypothesis which helps to predict, describe the output. So the output Y is depends on the X as well as the previous output of input X. So the techniques for these A could be linear, non-linear, parametric, non-parametric, kernel-based, probabilistic and many more. So here we are estimating the value of Y from the input A using some A algorithm which is a prediction algorithm. So we call it as a two-stroke process as we are taking help of X as well as Y for finding the Y of the next level. Here we can analyze the algorithms like normal algorithms using complexity methods, overfitting, underfitting concepts, then bias variance trade-off and different learning curves based on the E in, E out and many other parameters. So we call this as a two-stroke process as it has the training as well as testing data set. So these are the two important terms which are required for the machine learning. So what is learning? If you see, the learning is suddenly that we understand something new from the life. So a new way to look at a particular aspect is a learning. Learning is an endless generalization or induction process which is given by Doris Lessing in 2007. If we talk about machine learning, the machine learning is to optimize a performance criteria using example data or past experience. The experience has an important role in the machine learning. So we have the role of statistics as well as computer science for the subject machine learning. The statistic is important from the perspective of inference to generate from the given sample data, and the computer science is required for efficient algorithms to solve the optimization problem representing and evaluating the model for inference. We should see the relationship of this machine learning with respect to other branches of computational cognitive sciences. If you see this particular diagram, we have AI, machine learning and data science. The machine learning is at the center, comprising of various aspects like vision, speech, NLP processing. These various branches are also associated with the AI as we see in the diagram. While the predictive analytics, database classification models, these are associated with data science. So data science is also overlapping with the domain artificial intelligence. So we can see that the machine learning is an important component of artificial intelligence, where the data science, machine learning and AI are overlapping with each other for few statistical models. Here we see the AI is also associated with non-machine learning based NLP and symbolic logic. So if you see the definition of this machine learning, which is given by Mitchell in 1997, it is based on the past experiences. We have to learn it from the past experiences and improve the performance of intelligent programs. So the definition given by the Mitchell is: a computer program is said to learn from experience E with respect to some class of task T and performance measure P if its performance at a task improves with the experiences. So E has a very important role to perform a task T for a performance measure P. Let us see an example for this particular definition of Mitchell. If you see the example of handwriting recognition, the task for this is recognizing and classifying the handwritten words of the persons, and the performance measure P is the percent of words correctly classified. So when we have the handwritten words in front of us and we want to classify those words based on the person, then the handwritten words are used for the classification as per the person. So here the experience E is handwritten words with the given classification, which is the existing data. So we should know why machine learning is possible now. The main important reason for this machine learning, which is possible nowadays in the recent eras, is mass storage. As the voluminous data is available, as we know big data is available, we should able to work on the big data to apply these machine learning models. Then another important reason is high performance of computer. As the digital world is enhancing its capability, larger memory is available for handling such a voluminous data. Also, greater computational power is also available for calculating and even online learning. So these are the two important aspects why machine learning is possible nowadays. Now we should focus on what are the applications of machine learning. We have a list of machine learning applications here. So first we have the optical character recognition. Here the OCR is done for the recognition of characters using some algorithms, and these algorithms are improved based on the experience. Second example is given for the face detection, where we should detect the face of a particular person based on some characteristics. Next, we can use the machine learning for spam filtering, where we should identify whether a particular email is spam or ham based on the contents of the email. The fourth could be topic spotting, where we should able to find out the topic from the given text. For a particular news, for a particular data, for a particular discussion, we should able to find the topic. The next is spoken language understanding. So when a particular person is speaking, we should able to understand what the person is speaking, what is the summary of the speech of a particular person. Then next we have the medical diagnosis. So based on the experience, we should able to do some medical diagnosis. We should able to predict some medical problems for a particular patient. Then next we have the customer segmentation. Based on the customer interest, we should able to find out a particular area of customers where a company can focus marketing of a particular product. Then we should have the application in fraud detection, where the past fraudulent transactions are checked to find out the new frauds. The possible frauds can be predicted using the past experience. Also, a very important application is in the weather prediction, where we should able to predict the weather for the next day, next 5 days, next months using the past experience or the previous experience of the years or the months. So this is all about the applications of machine learning. To summarize this, we have seen what is machine learning, what are the applications of machine learning, what is the definition of machine learning, along with the relationship of machine learning with the various sciences as well as designing and learning. Thank you.